Kwang Uh practices what you might call reverse alchemy on corn. He takes a food that's gold by nature and transforms it through fermentation and fire into a dense, delicious new compound. The process starts by steeping kernels in the elixir that remains after makes white kimchi, which he infuses with the licorice-y nuttiness of perilla oil and seeds. Some of that essence seeps into the corn too, and after fermentation he stir-fries each batch in a blazing wok with gochugaru, flakes of sun-dried Korean chilies, and paprika. Yuzu juice comes last. It's the final, lingering flavor that emerges in the kimchi'd corn U's term for the creation after its smoky heat thumps your taste buds. At Shiku, the Grand Central Market takeaway stall that runs with Mina Park, his wife, the corn is a regular part of the ever-changing banchan they sell by the pint or half-pint. Mix and match it with a spicy salad of julienned radishes, potent specks of chile-stained dried squid stir-fried with peanuts, satisfyingly mulchy wild greens called chwinamul, fragrant with sesame oil, the wonderful white kimchi, its cabbage leaves slowly melting into milkiness, and a side of plain white rice for a complete, kaleidoscopic meal. For those who've followed us cooking in Los Angeles, the corn also reopens a specific neural pathway. Its intensity rang through a best-selling dish known as karma circulation, a fried chicken bowl with rice and greens and finished with squeeze bottle spirals of gochujang mayo. It stood out on the menu at Baroo, the 16-seat restaurant he opened in a low-key Hollywood strip mall with childhood friend Matthew Kim in 2015. Baroo, part fermentation lab, part experimental theater, part meditation hall, was a moment. Saying it served grain bowls and pastas doesn't capture its wild spirit. It was a place of unsustainable ambition, a kitchen where beets popping with umami from fermentation-starting mold and oxtail ragu zapped with powdered sauerkraut made startling amounts of sense. A culmination of U's experiences all over the world, Baroo became food media shorthand for the type of personal narrative cooking that galvanized LA's dining culture last decade. The restaurant operated in fits and starts and finally closed permanently in October 2018. While mounting a full-service restaurant, and Park briefly ran a stopgap pop-up, Baroo Canteen, in East Hollywood's Union Swap Meet for 9 months in 2019. Shiku means family in Korean. The couple had been approached to run the stall before the pandemic descended. Shiku was meant to be a side project, for now it's their focus. It opened in early January, and the realities of 2020 had already introduced many Angelinos to the Korean takeout-oriented dishes and Park had planned for Shiku.